Hello and welcome to the InNews series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about Smart Cities Mission, and this session is important for your GS 2 perspective. So moving towards the points of discussion, before moving to the points of discussion, what did you know about the Smart Cities Mission in India? Do you hear anything related to the Smart Cities Mission in India? Or which city do you imagine whenever you hear the term Smart Cities Mission? Because what we have seen that we are hearing this term Smart Cities Mission, but whenever we have to imagine a city that has become smart after this mission, it is very hard to imagine that city. So I am leaving up to you that you have to comment down that which city did you imagine which has become smart after this Smart Cities Mission. So coming to the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss that what is smart city, then we are going to discuss that what is Smart City Mission and what went wrong with the Smart Cities Mission, and that's why here we are for the discussion and practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to this TIAS channel. Moving towards the news part. So before moving to the news part, as you already know that Republic Day is coming, and on the occasion of Republic Day, Drishti IAS has come up with a huge discount and it is giving you 40% discount on all the online pen drive and test series courses and 25% on the distance learning program and books. And the offer is available from 24th to 26th of January. If you want to know more information about such kind of the offer, you can call on to the number 87501 and you can also download the Drishti Learning app. So coming to the news part. So recently the Hindu has published a news, and in that news it has highlighted that there have something wrong with the Smart Cities Mission. And in that news, what we have seen that the Hindu had cited an example of Shimla, that how Shimla has been included in the list of Smart Cities Mission. But there were some challenges, legal challenges, financial challenges and implementational challenges with Shimla. So that's why we can see that the implementation have been not worked properly, and we can see that whatever we had aimed for the Shimla, it could not happen. So this news which we are going to cover up in today's session, and this is not just story of Shimla, this is a story of many cities. So that's why this news is very relevant, that we have launched this particular mission what you can say 10 years back, but where we are standing 10 years after what you can say this launching of the mission, we need to have the analysis of every mission, so that if there are some loopholes in implementation, we could just correct it. So this is the thing. And whenever this particular Smart Cities Mission was introduced, the mission was called as Lighthouse of the Urbanity. So this phrase is very much important, and here we are going to discuss this particular phrase, Lighthouse of the Urbanity. It means that it will improve the city's condition into that level that it can bring cities from darkness to the light. So we can see here that this particular phrase has been implemented and it had been worth it or not. So coming to the discussion part, which is that what is smart city. So the smart city came into this particular or popular arena when there was the 2009 financial crisis, and after that many countries had decided that we need to develop smart city. Though the definition of smart city can be different from one country to another country. For India, it is a different definition. For Western and advanced countries, it is a different definition. But this particular term has been popularized after that, and we had imagined Silicon Valley as a smart city, and many countries has what you can say manifested that we need to have such kind of city, and what Silicon Valley emphasizes on. So it signifies the development of ICT, the inclusion of what you can say communication and technology. So that's why the smart city also include the communication and technology. So here what we can see that for others you can see that there can be inclusion of ICT, but in India we have a little different definition. So it is a city that should meet its aspiration and challenges in a sustainable manner and fostering principle of good governance. So here we have to focus that what are the aspirations we have and what are the challenges we have, and we need to make balance between things, and we have to also set an example of good governance. So this is a simple meaning of smart city in India, and the Indian smart city also have a basic infrastructure, and that should also focus on the area based development. And after 2009 there was also a focus on the ICT. So this is also one of the thing that there has been a different definition of the smart city, and in Indian arena also we have also a parameter which emphasizes and which focuses on the digital city and inclusion of the digital world into the smart city. So this is the definition of the smart city. Now we'll come to the definition of that. What is this smart cities mission? So it was launched in 2015 and it is centrally sponsored scheme. I had already explained that what is the meaning of centrally sponsored scheme. So in the comment section you have to tell me that what is centrally sponsored scheme. And it was launched in June 2015, and what was the basic aim? So it has included the 100 cities to provide necessary core infrastructure and clean and sustainable environment. So for other countries, especially for the advanced economies, they do not have this criteria that it should have a basic infrastructure. But in the context of Indian cities, what we have seen that we lacked even basic infrastructure. So our focus was also the inclusion of the basic infrastructure. So this is also one of the thing, and how we can implement such kind of the changes with smart solutions with the help of good governance, with the help of digital India. So these factors are contributing factor in making of a smart city, and it aimed to improve the quality of life for citizens through sustainable and inclusive development. So what does sustainable mean? Sustainable means that whatever the changes we are doing it, so that should sustain for the future generation also. And inclusive means that everybody should be part of the development of the smart city. It means that they should not be only upper authorities who are managing the development of smart city. Every citizen should involve into the development of the smart city. So that's why it should be the inclusive in nature. So what are the objectives? So the objective is pretty clear. Core infrastructure or basic infrastructure, decent quality of life, clean and sustainable environment, application of smart solution, sustainable and inclusive development, compact areas and replicable model. So suppose that if we have included and if we have implemented the smart solution in one of the cities, and that cities have become better than earlier version, and the city has all the kind of facilities, the quality of life of people has changed and it has improved. So we can also replicate that model to the other cities. So this is the aim of the smart cities. Now we'll come to the discussion part, that what is an overview of the smart city. So this is the overview of smart cities, that it has been divided into the two components. So first is the area based development, and in area based development they are going to focus on the redeveloping and retrofitting in urban areas and greenfield project. So redevelopment you already means that development is there, but we need a different kind of redevelopment. And retrofitting is that suppose that any basic infrastructure has been malfunctioned since years, so we need to also improve that kind of infrastructure and we can implement some new solution to it also. And the greenfield, it means that we can also insert some new project to that particular city. And then pan city solution, so it also involves the communication technology and different kind of internet of things into it. So this is the two components of the smart cities mission in India. And what would be the governance structure? So it also features a special purpose vehicle for streamlined decision making. So special purpose vehicles are introduced to have a development of different kind of project, but here there is a loophole that they are not directly accountable to the public. So this is also one of the thing. And government initiatives, so we have various government initiatives. Amrut scheme is there, then Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is there, Urban Awas Yojana, then we have Tulip Internship Project. So these are the features of the smart cities. Now we'll discuss that what are the problems, what went wrong with the smart cities scheme. So the first thing is that mismatch with local context. So it was based on the Internet of Things framework, which suits the advanced nations. While India has also problem that in many Indian cities lacks basic infrastructure. So this is also one of the thing, because we are still struggling on the water front, sanitation front and electricity front. Then uneven development. So one thing is area based development, and there was a inequality, that there was a less focus on the peri-urban areas. And what is this peri-urban area? So peri-urban area is in transition phase, which have features of both urban and local, urban and what you can say rural feature also. So it has a urban feature, so maybe these kind of areas are overlooked. So this is also one of the problem. Then governance issues also, because I have already said that they had implemented this special purpose vehicles. So special purpose vehicles are not directly accountable to the public, and in that case the local government, the municipality is sidelined. So what we have seen that the people are very clueless that if they have any concern, whom they should address it. So this is also one of the thing, that there was a governance issues, and that's why there was a problem of accountability and democratic participation, and we can see that that's why there are loopholes in the smart cities mission. Then we have few other challenges, the implementational challenges. There is a poor coordination because of the SPVs, and then funding gaps. In the case of Shimla also, what we have seen that many funds were allocated to the Shimla, but that funds were not utilized properly, because they had invested into what you can say flower pots, but that had added beauty to the city, but that had not given comfort to the people. And in fact accelerators have been used, so that are also the obstructed the views of the people, and in fact those accelerators are not working properly. So these are the problem of the funds allocated to the Shimla that were not utilized fully. I'm just giving you example of Shimla. There are many cities which have also faced the similar kind of the problem or different kind of the problems. So this is also one of the thing. And exclusion of communities, because local communities are directly associated with the local government, and here we can see the absence of local government. So that's why the local people could not participate effectively. So this is also one of the reason. And over reliance on technology. It's very good that we are trying to implement technology, we are trying to implement smart solution, but we have to also see, suppose that if any person or if any city is struggling with the basic infrastructure, first we need to focus on the basic infrastructure, rather than we have to provide a smart solution or internet focus. Internet is very much important in today's world. So but before that we need to have basic infrastructure. Suppose that you have inserted Wi-Fi to a bus station, but if people are suffering from the digital divide and they do not have this access of mobile phones, they do not have access of what you can say cyber cafe, what's the use of Wi-Fi there? So we need to first tackle down the problem of basic infrastructure, then we have to insert the smart solution and internet kind of thing. So these are the mismatch which happened. And we had also problem of digital divide, because in urban areas what we have seen that females are using less phones. I'm talking about the marginalized females. And in what we can see that there are extremely backward people, they are economically weaker sections. So we need to bridge the gap of the digital divide. So in that case we can see that the smart solution can be implemented impactfully. So that's why there are loopholes in the smart cities. So we need to look forward and we have to correct all those mistakes in the terms of smart cities. So first we have to focus on that how local communities should have participation, the process should be democratic in nature, and the funds which has been given to the cities, that should be utilized in a proper manner, and that should be fully utilized. So this is also one of the thing. and we need to bridge the gap of digital divide, and we need to first improve the basic infrastructure. The water facility should be there, the sanitation facility should be there, and we have to also focus on the peri-urban areas, which is outskirts of the city. So coming to the question part, the question is, what type of scheme is the smart cities mission? Centrally sponsored scheme, central sector scheme, state government initiative, public private partnership scheme? So you have to answer this into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries later this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.